The use of terror and violence to intimidate escalated in Nigeria in 2009. The group Boko Haram has claimed responsibility for many such acts within this time frame, with bombings, hackings, and combats that lead to both military and civilian casualties, mainly in the northeast of Nigeria. Things took on another sinister dimension when on the 14th of April 2014, 276 girls were taken from their college in Chibok, Borno State. 219 of these girls are still with the terrorists.
I'm a native of Chibok, and if you can recall, the issue of the abduction came from my own village, that is Chibok, some months back. And I have this to tell you that some of the affected victims, I have about 2 who happens to be my nieces, among those that have been abducted.
The 219 girls that were either abducted in Chibok, that is my husband's village. So I can say that directly I am affected by terrorism. Not only are the 219 girls, most of the villages in Chibok have been sacked. The latest being Mubi, that's my home. In fact, 2 of my sisters left Mubi on Wednesday, and after trekking for 2 days, one surfaced in a village called Maiha. She trekked for 2 days, 2 nights before she found herself in Maiha. Before going to Yola, she just arrived this town, Abuja, the day before yesterday. The other one, there was no news about her until yesterday night. When she arrived Yola, we didn't hear anything about her for 1 complete week. And she surfaced Yola yesterday. So I can tell you that it has been very, very, very difficult for us as a community, as a family. It's been very, very difficult.
If there is any person that is not or directly affected by this insurgent, I can say I'm one. Because the daughter of my immediate junior brother and the daughter of my immediate senior brother of same mom, same dad, are among the abductees. And so I'm the one who even paid their examination fee. To that extent, I'm very much affected. And apart from that, these 200 and plus girls that were abducted from Chibok. Chibok is a small community that if you remove almost 200 young girls from that community, you have wiped out the entire community, because that is the age where we expect them to contribute and to do something better for society, and these girls are born. Really, we are badly affected.
In my own personal experience, terrorism has affected me so much. Because when the terror started, though I'm here in Abuja, but all my family are there in my Maiduguri, and my relatives. The first year that this thing started, that is 2009, it started mainly in our area where we live. So it affects 4 of my siblings, whom they have to run and come to me here. And in my small residence, we have to stay for up to 9 months before some of them could get somewhere to live. And you know what it is, what it means. When you are low income earner and having such a group of people. And actually, the terror does not stop there. It has taken over villages and killed many from my own immediate family and extended family. As I am speaking to you now, if I remember some of my brothers, my cousins that I killed, my heart bleeds.
Some Nigerians responded to this extreme act of terror by advocacy, demanding that the girls be rescued immediately.
Our movement is therefore making the following demands. 1. An accurate assessment of the effectiveness of the ongoing rescue operation and more credible communication of progress to the public by our federal government on its mission to bring back our girls without compromising sensitive operational information. They should include conveying substantive targets and milestones attained so far in the rescue operation. 2. Reassure Nigerians of the adequacy and effectiveness of the federal government's counter-insurgency strategy, especially in responding to the worsening security condition in Chibok and other parts of Borno State, where the federal government reported that it had deployed about 20,000 Nigerian soldiers early in May, as well as intensifying attention to the most vulnerable zones of the Northeast and the rest of the country in that order. 3. Review of the financing of our security operations by the federal government in the National Assembly to ensure adequacy and value for money, especially with regard to A. Allocation of resources for adequate compensation and welfare of security personnel in the military and other security agencies. B. Equipment, weapons, intelligence tools and systems. And C. Basic support facilities. The membership of the Bring Back Our Girls movement remains resolute in our advocacy for the rescue of the abducted Chibok girls until there is success and closure.
Our expectation that our government would rescue them must be realized. It is important that there be a successful rescue of the girls. It would profoundly increase the confidence. It would strengthen the confidence that citizens have in the capacity of our government to play that very important constitutional role of security to life and property of citizens. That primary responsibility is the fulcrum of the social contract between citizens and those that govern.
What are we demanding?
Bring back our girls now and alive.
What are we demanding?
Bring back our girls now and alive.
Prior to the kidnap of the Chibok girls, several suicide bombings had taken place in the northeast, north central, and parts of the northwest of the country. Abuja, the nation's capital, has not been spared. Here is a young survivor of the terror unleashed on the United Nations building on August 26, 2011.
I remember waking up and I had an appointment to see somebody at the United Nations building. That day was 3 of my friends' birthdays. So I remember I woke up and I spoke to them, wished them happy birthday, and we had a chat about how I would come and see them after my interview. One thing led to the other. I went to the embassy. I went to the United Nations building, and I remember 4 weeks later waking up in London in a hospital in intensive care. When I woke up, I was surprised. I was wondering where I was because things didn't add up. But I woke up seeing my family and friends around me, pictures on the wall, and it took a while to gradually realize I was in hospital, and I had a stroke on my right side. I had an amputation on my left leg. I had serious injuries, an injury on my head. So it took a while for me to actualize what had happened to me. But yes, so everything was a result. After a while, my mom had to explain to me gradually that I was in a bomb blast. This was what happened, how they got me to the UK, how everything had worked out. So it took a while for me to realize where I was.
How do people survive after terror acts, even if not directly affected?
Can you tell us about your journey from then till now?
Okay, my journey has been long and difficult, but sometimes because of my family and friends, it's been easier than people think. I was in hospital for about a year. I went from one hospital, from intensive care hospital to rehab hospital, from rehab hospital to prosthetic units. But I'm grateful to my family and friends. They were there every step of the way. Every ambulance that we moved from one hospital to another, my family my family or a friend would have been in ambulance with us. And because of the chaos that my family and friends experienced at National Hospital, because after the blast they took me to the closest hospital there was National Hospital.
Here in Abuja?
Yes, here in Abuja. So they from the chaos they experienced at the hospital, that's what inspired us to form Timembe. So Timembe is an advocacy group that advocates for improved service delivery.
Recently, my daughter told me she wants to go back to boarding school. And I just looked at her, I said no. I didn't give her any reason. But at the back of my mind, I thought of the Chibok girls. I don't think at this stage of my life I'll be able to sleep very well at home with my daughter in boarding school. Even though I know the school that they are in is well fortified, but then I might not be able to sleep. The terrorism have affected me in so many ways.
I have a lot of business that I had originally booked for the Northeast, like going to Maiduguri, like going to Yola. I have a non-profit organization in Washington, D.C., and we had arranged that we are coming to do so many activities. But since I came, I've not been able to go there, and some of the people that I normally will work with, some of them were affected. They have fled Maiduguri, moved to Mubi, and from Mubi they have fled to Yola.
In the grip of war, people flee the conflict zone and are therefore displaced from their homes. Internally displaced persons, IDPs, are groups of survivors with grim narratives.
Abinci ma ba ma samu mai kyau saboda abinci daro daya wannan mutum goma ma da zuba mishi a plus kadan zai ce wai ya raina saboda haka daro daya wannan mutum da sama da 200 ma ana hada su suna ci baya ishe su mai kyau ga mutane ma sai rashin lafiya ga kuma ba magunguna iyayena ban san inda suke ba kwata ni na zo nan ni kadai ne yanzu ni bana da kowa amma zo min ni maraya ne.
Wannan abin da muka gani in ba Allah ba wanda zai iya biya mana sakayya tare da jama'a mu mutane na yanzu haka da mata na da yara na ma ban san gurin da suke ba har yanzu ga ƴan uwa na ma ban san gurin da suke ba har yanzu muna tare da jama'a muna zama kuma jama'an da muke tare da su ma wani ma kayan sawa bai da shi abinci ma baya ishe shi.
Muna samu muna gaya musu mun zo mun gaya musu gashi abin da muke ciki ba sa kula da mu suna ce mana ku je ku gaya ma masu raban abinci ne mun zo mun gaya musu ma ba ruwan mu shanu wannan muna gani ana tarawa shanu guda 5 4 haka amma muna gani ba sa yanka bana mun an dafa mana abinci wannan mun je mun ga miyarin kifi a cikin miyarin kifi muke gani kuma shanu a ci ana yankawa ana ciccirewa a cikin gidaje ba mu san inda ake saya shanu wannan ba amma muna gani shanu ana yankawa kuma abinci baya ishe mu.
Mun an koro mu daga bayan kuma Boko Haram ne suka yo gayya suka zo ta Marraban Soye suka shigo Bama suka hada tabu da sojoji da mobile sannan kuma suka samu gudu gabas muka yi Alajiri bayan Alajiri muka kewaya ta wajen bayan barek mun shiga ashe sun riga sun karɓi barek din bayan sun karɓi barek din kuma suka watsa mana wuta sauran bam da na rike ma sojoji na taimake su suka ce in yar muka gudu suka harbi soja daya suka kama mobile ɗaya suka yanka kanshi wani tsofon ganduroba na gabas da gidan sarki shi ma suka yanka shi kogi ya kawo shi abokanai mun yayana suka yi jana'izan shi suka rufe shi muka taka muka zo Kawuri nan ma Boko Haram suka bi mu zuwa Kawuri suka ce kowa ya kwanta mu mun baje sauran mutane sun kwanta suka harbi kowa akai to wanda kwanan shi ya kare mutum biyu kwanan su bai kare ba ɗaya ya goge kai din ɗaya ya fuda hannu din muka tashi kuma muka zo Kwandiga kuma a kuma suka biyo mu suka kawo mana hari Kwandiga shine muka shigo Maiduguri aka ce gwamna zai zo ya kawo mana abinci mun zo gwamna ya kawo mana abincin nashi mun gode masa amma kuma kuɗin da muke ji ana aiko mana tallafi ta cikin gari ta waye ba magani kuma idan muka je asibiti mai babban ciwo baya samun magani.
The fallout from this situation compels some citizens to offer help at the IDP camps.
That time the only IDP camp which is the NYSC orientation camp. That was the only IDP camp at that time when my first visit. October, 18th of October.
Oh, that was just last month?
Yes, just last month.
That was, so 4 weeks ago, there was just one camp?
Camp, exactly.
Now, there are how many camps now?
About 5 more camps.
5
more camps. Okay. Yes, there are 5 more camps now in Adamawa State.
So, in a space of a month, there's been there's a total of 6 camps now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So can you tell us what you saw at the camp?
Yes, I saw a good number of people. There were a lot of people. There were a lot of children. They had a lot of orphaned children who had lost their parents, and there were pregnant women. There were some that had just given birth in the camp. They had lost about 4 people. In fact, the day I visited the camp, 1 person had died in the camp. So there were a lot of people, and I had also noticed that their accommodation wasn't that, I would say, satisfactory, because some of them were they just laid out cartons on spring beds and were sleeping on them. Then some of them were sleeping on mats and all that. That was what I saw at the camp. I believe that under the circumstances, NEMA is trying, because when I went to the camp, I saw items in the store that NEMA had supplied, food stuff like rice and beans and all that. And also, after the attack of Mobi, I know that NEMA sent buses. They also sent search and rescue into the bush to find out, to look for missing people that were missing or people that were just helpless in the bush. So I think NEMA, under the circumstances, is doing its bit, it's trying.
The total number of the IDPs when we went was almost over 25,000.